Scientist Hunt is seen as the movie starts. He hires a former soldier, DC, for a specific mission. In fact, he has to go to the area of war zone where the wars had continued. The conflicts were typically waged between the indigenous population of the region and military personnel. For this cause, he hires DC so he may bring his soldiers' army with him. It was complex and great mission. Taking the advance payment, DC carries on this deal with Hunt, and he departs to that place preparing his soldiers' team. His team comprises 6 soldiers, and everyone had his own duty. They are succeeded to bring Hunt to that place. There they observe an old military shelter. The mission of Hunt to step in that military shelter. 2 soldiers stay outside to safeguard while others go inside to discover it. A soldier who is outside the military shelter encounters something in the direction of the forest, and he starts firing. Then all the rest of soldiers come outside the military shelter hearing the sounds of firing. But they see no one there. Suddenly, they hear a loud burst of radio communication. They are irritated by it. A soldier receives a gunshot on his shoulder as he is nearly to turn off the radio, and he is wounded. DC sends a soldier to the forest in order to check while other soldier takes the bullet out from the shoulder of the wounded soldier. Coming back from the forest, soldier informs that there is no sign of anything. Then DC assigns 2 soldiers on the duty of supervision there, and others again begin to discover the military shelter, going inside it. They find a generator in the shelter which is turned on by Hunt. Other soldiers reach in such a room filled with many men's dead bodies. At the first sight, a hand appears from those dead bodies, and they call DC while shouting. They find an alive man among the dead bodies, but he was responding nothing. It seemed that he is in a great shock. He was looking astounded. Going ahead, they come to know that this shelter is of Nazi party. Here these Nazis party used to do some sort of the dangerous experiment on the laymen. Then Hunt is asked, is there any connection of your research with it? Hunt refuses clearly on it. DC ignores it because he had taken an amount for this task. A soldier makes him seated, taking that man into a room. Soldier keeps an eye on him. Contrarily, Hunt goes to that room where a big and great technological device was kept. Here it is revealed, the purpose of Hunt's arrival here is that technological device. It means, he has come here in search of it. He used to serve an organization and was reporting it. Soldier tries his best to reveal something from that person but he does not speak. He keeps quiet. A coin is fallen down from the hand of that soldier. While picking it up, he notices a standing someone behind that man. He immediately holds his gun but there is no one behind that man. At the same time, DC also arrives there. He sends that soldier to repair the radio into the radio room. Hunt feels the presence of someone standing at his backside when he is involved in his work. Turning back, he finds no one. He tries to leave in confusion but the door was locked from the opposite side. He again feels the presence of someone at his backside. Turning back, he again finds no one. Meanwhile, DC unlocks the door, reaching there. Then Hunt declares that his soldiers are making fun of him. Coming into that room, DC also knows the purpose of Hunt's arrival there. But he was unable to understand what is in this technological device that Hunt has come here while putting his life at risk. Then Hunt tells him, during the World War II, Nazis military wanted to win the war, using this technological device. And the technological device's developed energy was controlled and stored in that room where the dead bodies were found. And these devices are not used in the current era. Now they have become rare. Another soldier hears the voice of someone in that room. While searching, he finds a wounded person there, who has vanished at the first sight. That soldier comes to another one, observing him. He was thinking as he has seen a ghost. A soldier is repairing the radio in the radio room. Suddenly all speakers of military shelter are turned on, and a German song starts playing. That soldier tries hard to turn off the radio but it does not stop. Then radio stops itself with the electric circuit. The sound of bombardment is heard outside the military shelter but there is not any explosion. Then they observe that light has spread throughout the forest, and many standing people were being seen in the light. And those all soldiers start indiscriminate firing. But they cannot kill a single standing person there. Then the darkness again prevails there as the fast wind begins to blow. They check that there one of the soldiers is not there, and there is an iron cross at his place. Seeing it, they are left astonished as why is it happening as such. Who is doing all this? Because that iron cross was in the possession of the Nazi party. A soldier shows a bullet to DC. It had been damaged and antiquated. It was not easy to fire, using that bullet, because it might kill the gunner of doing so. They are all quite disturbed because of these things. and DC points his gun on that man, facing irritation. And that man casts his eyes on him for the first time, moving himself. Then DC moves to Hunt, who displays a movie to him on the projector. Then they know that Nazis' military was trying to revive the dead bodies while using this technological device. It means they were struggling to play with the nature, and they wanted to create an immortal army. It means they wanted to maintain their everlasting rule. In this task, they get success to a great extent. They used to take the soldiers in that room where the technological device's energy had been stored. Pouring the energy into them, they used to kill the soldiers. In spite of this, they had been alive. Those experiments had stopped as German lost the war. But those soldiers are yet entrapped there. And the coming person there was killed by those soldiers. Because they actually had been trained for this purpose. Hearing it, DC orders them to leave from there. Then Hunt tells him, they cannot leave easily from here. Because they had the details of all soldiers for which organization he was working. They will kill the families of them if they go, leaving this mission incomplete. Hunt tells him that he has also called one more team of soldiers here. They are about to come here within a time. Then DC hears the shouting of someone. While checking, he knows that he is the same soldier who had disappeared. His voice was coming from the forest. SS troopers were putting him into death while torturing him. Now they are all activated. Hunt receives a message in the basement that other soldiers' team will take 72 hours to approach there. But he keeps it secret without sharing with anyone. All soldiers were there hiding themselves. Suddenly, SS trooper catches a soldier while coming there. And they kill him. In the morning, they find the attached heads of the dead soldiers. It was a hint for them as warning. They had thrust a bullet into the eye of a soldier. Becoming the witness of it, DC orders to leave from there. And he sends another soldier to call Hunt. That soldier goes to call him, but a coming SS trooper lifted that soldier with pickaxe and sticks on the wall. Afterward, he ends him while crushing. Hunt fires a gun on him but no vein. Hearing the firing sound, other soldiers also come there. They also start shooting him. But he immediately disappears from there. Hunt also shows the movie to others, but they could not believe in ghosts. And they glimpse the same man in the movie who met them. He was also a soldier named Breather. Witnessing it, a soldier slays him. Receiving the gunshot on his head, he does not lose his breath. The light is gone immediately and Breather disappears, taking that soldier. They observe going outside and they glimpse their dead team soldier. And he had a written digit, 4 feet on him. It means, those Nazi party had conveyed the message to those soldiers as they have left, 4 feet. They could think as they have entrapped in a great affliction. And there is not a single way to escape from there. Now they plan to entrap that Nazi party after using that technological device. They all prepare themselves. Hunt makes the technological device operative, repairing it. The light spreads once more throughout the forest, and those SS troopers reach there. At this time, their leader Breather was also with them. They start firing as Nazi party begins to move ahead. But gun firing does not harm them. Nazi had reached nearest of that military shelter. Those soldiers move to that military shelter and Nazi party follows them. They become successful to bring the Nazi party to that technological device. But there one more soldier is ended in this trial. Then survivor soldiers bring the Nazi party to that technological device. And Hunt starts the technological device. That device converts the Nazi party numbed while releasing radiations. They are all happy because of their struggle. Immediately there is electric circuit and the technological device is stopped. Stopped device activates all the Nazis. And they end a soldier while catching him. Going inside the room, DC with Hunt locks himself. But he was badly injured now. Hunt asks him to leave through the ventilator but he could not walk. So he lets Hunt to leave and himself faces the Nazi party. But he is also ended by them. On the other side, Hunt reaches the room of dead bodies through a pipe. But Breather was already waiting for him. And Hunt is also finished. The other team of soldiers also reaches there. They face the same consequences which had been faced by the previous soldiers. And this movie also ends here with the death of them.